Okay, do you have a preference for which side you want?
I think this one. It is a sketchy ass van.
It is a sketchy.
Like when we pulled up,
Yeah.
there were two kids playing over there,
Yeah.
and the parents were looking at me like really because I walked like up towards the kids, past them to go to the fire pit.
Right.
But we came out of this van,
Right.
and there's like a dude like me walking towards their kid.
Oh, yeah.
From a van like this.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, sketchy van,
Well,
bro.
I mean, I think that's part of the price of having a van like this. Is
Well, that's why you got to put a big fucking decal on it so that people see that it makes it slightly less.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The more anonymous,
Yeah. Right.
the more sketchy.
Well, so
Like potentially getting pulled over and fucked with sketchy. So
there is a disadvantage to that, is that it becomes less stealthy. So I can't park in neighborhoods and stuff. Once. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I haven't had any problems yet, but
That's
I
good.
suspect at some point.
All right, cheers, my friend.
Cool.
Dude, we're doing it. Sketchy Van Podcast.
Yeah, dude, we're doing it.
Cool.
First one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Number 2, we tried. We did this once, actually.
Pretty sure that's recording.
I can't tell at all. I mean,
If you want to.
well. Face.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a red light. Yep. Okay, it's going.
Blinking. Okay, cool.
Doing our
That's
best.
the best we can do. This is years in the making.
It is.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
that's when it's a good science, something that feels like a culmination of like who you are.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's strange.
Turmeric drink.
Yeah, boy.
Supposedly good for you.
So is kombucha. I don't know if it is or not.
All right, so
What are we going to talk about?
I don't know. Beginning of your trip. So you're heading out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to Phoenix tomorrow, and then Salt Lake City after that, and then West Glacier, Montana. And from there, I'm going to go through the Dakotas, and then Chicago, Ohio, New York area. And along the way, I'm going to be recording with as many people as I can, trying to get the bugs out of whatever this thing is.
And you're gonna do it like a month.
Yeah. I think it's going to be over the course of a month or so. It's like it might be more, it might be less. Like the trip will either be 2 months long or between 4 and 6 months long, I think, depending on how I feel about being alone in the woods for, you know.
Dude, Glacier will be super cool.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to go there. I've never been. I've always wanted to go.
Have you been to Yellowstone?
No, I mean that's like
Or anything?
they're kind of close, right?
Yeah.
Like something, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've always.
Yeah. Well,
It's like the same kind of ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely.
More or
Yeah,
less.
giant mountains and lakes and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Postcard stuff. I don't know. I've been like, I was telling before we started. Nice.
Fine. All right, we got the boys just moving in. Over
Yeah, dude. They're gonna take our
stuff.
Oh no.
Because there's a second pit.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. Yeah, I don't know. For anyone listening, we were talking about before how I've just been sitting in an office all day, every day, just at a computer, which is great. It's good to get a lot of work done, but ultimately, it's like you lose out on so much more of what there is to do other than, like hustle and get work done, you know.
Yeah.
And
they work hard over there.
yeah. I think that's part of the problem of something that I've seen in the art community is hustle culture. You know, it's like endless hustle culture.
And a lot of guys glorify it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of martyrdom. Like, look, I wasted my life and got carpal tunnel.
Hell yeah.
Wasn't that a good trade?
Nice.
You know? Like,
My boss bought a Ferrari because of me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got carpal tunnel, and my boss got a Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's like
Nice.
the truth, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound too resentful of it because I think there is a benefit to grinding, but at the same time,
It's like you have to do it to get to anything good.
Yeah.
At some point, but to make it like your life.
Right.
I don't like that, at least. Shit, man. I'm
Yeah.
not interested in being David Goggins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like doing that stuff.
I think Goggins sometimes, and then
Yeah.
not non-Goggins most of the time.
Yeah.
But,
Noggins, dude.
I mean, even then, I think he's like intentionally choosing that. You I think he's suffering a lot, but it's like chosen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It doesn't seem like anyone I know that works at a corporation really like wants to be there. You're given the option to be there. Yeah, it's strange. Especially artists too, especially like creative people.
The guys you've talked to, we won't name them, but the dudes you've talked to recently, is it the same?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, like I don't, because some of them like will put on a brave face,
right.
like they're playing the part, just like I have at certain times in my life.
Right.
But then because of that, you don't necessarily, like some of them will tell you, like in private,
Yeah. Right.
But others, you don't necessarily get a good feel for, where they stand on that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like the reality of working at a company.
Oh my God, this dude got his girl flowers and shit. That's the guy's a man,
oh,
dude.
shit. Wow.
Job,
There's a guy that set up a tent with flowers and a fire pit and.
Yeah, he surprised his girlfriend. He's gonna be doing it in that tent. That's why there's
That's
why he's got 4 walls that cover himself up. That's sick.
Yeah. Okay, could you explain in greater detail?
I think some people are about to do it next to us. So I might have said that loud.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Okay. The people that I hung out with recently, it's I don't know,
Dude, I literally have to lean forward and do that.
No, seriously.
I have to come across the table towards you.
Yeah, and I have to go back here.
You look like a lurch.
Yeah. For anyone, this is the first time I'm, first podcast out of this thing.
I know, it's cool. It's an honor. It's fun.
Yeah. It's glad to have you.
I'm gonna sit like this for a bit too.
Yeah. We have to take a photo like that.
I'm
also kind of cold too.
Well, I guess you're probably going to have artists who do it drawing this thing, right?
Yeah.
And then you just have to expand it or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to maybe put one down there.
Dude, I wonder if...
cover the wall.
Still. Somehow turn it into a wallpaper transfer for the inside of your whole thing. Later on, scan it.
Right.
All and then some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Because you're going to end up with way too much art. This thing's not going to...
No. I mean, it's already pretty.
Yeah.
5, 8, 6 artists or something.
Are you chilly? You want a sweater?
You don't
have one?
I do have one. Here, I'm gonna.
Go do it. Careful, watch your crook connect this.
Oh yeah.
Beneath this one? Maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, so it's on the other side. I think you have to exit the van. Oh shit.
I just got some shirts. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do.
That's not helpful.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. I can.
Okay, you reach into my butt.
There we go.
Yes. Christian's hand is in my butt.
I got it.
You guys are cool. All right. Went and saw some first live comedy show since things have opened up again last night.
Yeah.
There we went and saw Bobby Lee.
Oh, sick.
Tiger Belly podcast.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I guess he was on Mad TV.
Yeah,
back in the day.
He's pretty famous.
I mean, I knew he was famous, but I didn't realize because Mad TV was a long time ago. So for one thing, I didn't realize he was that old.
Right.
Sorry, Bobby Lee. Not that he'll ever hear this.
Yeah. So sorry, Bobby, if you're listening.
Sorry,
to this.
Bobby Lee. But no disrespect.
Yeah.
But he was super fun, and they had that guy Andrew Santino on.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was just fun to be out again with people laughing and
yeah.
And they made everybody turn off their phones, and it just was really dark and inappropriate, and really triggery and on purpose. They're playing with people on purpose. Hey guys, we're all coming back.
Right.
Yeah. Let's. It was almost like trying to wake everyone up.
Right, like going to the extreme so people feel comfortable with
kind of,
the middle
yeah.
ground,
It's kind of like playing hey guys, we're all here to play, right?
Yeah,
we're all here to play,
right?
And we're all chill, and everything's okay.
Yeah,
and it's kind of allowing us all to. Oh, okay. I'm allowed to laugh at this joke.
Right.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's been strange seeing things go back to normal. I was in a restaurant the other day, and no one was wearing a mask. It was really bizarre. I felt out of place. I felt I felt uncomfortable. I mean, I mean, it's totally fine, but
I know what you mean. I mean, I don't feel comfortable, but I know what you mean. Like, I think a lot of people feel like that, actually.
Yeah.
Bastion went to a pizza restaurant today,
yeah.
and there are all these like pre-teens in there.
Right.
With no, you know, they're just like, you know, being crazy teenagers, like
right.
2 different groups, loud as fuck.
Yeah.
And Bastion was just like, it's so, why is it so loud?
Right.
And I'm like, he's like this, and I was like, because there's people,
yeah.
you know, like right. in the world. Dude.
I don't know, but I know, I feel like part of me forgot that kind of thing could be done. You know, I haven't done it in like a year and a half with COVID, so I forgot that people go to bars and be loud, and
I know
it's like
I know it kind of stressing me out, honestly. Like I kind of liked the illusion
right.
of a smaller population, a smaller human population.
Yeah,
like the world. I you know, if I struggle with anxiety and stuff like crowds and like
right.
you know a lot of people, it's like. You know, all that's starting to come back online. I'm like, shucks.
Dang it.
like,
shit.
I guess kind of getting, I'm like, man, life is pretty good around here. Oh,
yeah, no, I don't know, man. It's been strange. It's like I feel like I've enjoyed it just to get a lot of work done and just to feel less self-conscious, you know? It's like less FOMO, because like there's nothing going on, so you can't feel self-conscious about not going to bars and stuff.
It's true, yeah.
But now that it's all going on, it's like, oh man, do I have to go out and socialize?
Yeah, exactly.
like,
that's how I felt.
Like, yeah, it's like, oh man.
That's exactly how I felt. I'm like, oh man, people are going to hang out again.
Yeah.
In groups.
Right.
I mean, I like hanging out in groups, but I like doing things in like
three to five.
3 to 5
yeah,
in like nature.
Right.
You know, so it's like we don't have to make small talk.
Right.
You know, like it's easy. I don't have to like sit around. Like this is hard for me to do, but I can do
right.
it because
right.
it's you and you know. The
right.
ocean is right there.
Yeah,
it's fucking cold and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like when you're at bars and people are like this close, like, right. So like, how are things going, bro?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
fuck
good. Oh,
shit.
Cool. Yeah. And I'm like,
yeah. yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not
but I've been taking people. I read some article, some trash article. It's but I actually liked it. It was about Keanu Reeves, and I was talking about. It was something where he was being interviewed. And he was talking, basically it sounded like he struggles with some similar things.
Right.
And he's like a kinetic learner.
Yeah.
And so all his, like when he goes out, he tries to do physical or social, like
right.
activities with people. So the people are engaged in this other stuff and they're not just focused on him,
yeah.
you know?
Right.
And I like that. That really resonates with me. So I've been doing like, I go take people to that kayak place. Like anyone who comes, I'm going to take TJ Geisen.
Oh, nice.
Shout out TJ Geisen getting
TJ,
married in September.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to take him out there. It's just,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a way to have your space and
Absolutely.
have something. Just I don't know. It works way better for me.
Yeah.
I've been finding it's like a hack.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's totally reasonable. I mean, the thing that surprised me is
if I ever have a wedding again, I'm gonna do it at like a fucking like go-kart, like
oh,
we're all getting
yeah.
married, but
trampoline park.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, everyone's gonna jump around.
Paintball wedding.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, sick. I don't know. I think it takes the pressure because when I'm at a bar or something or at a party, I feel like standing around and sitting on my phone or not talking to anybody. I feel like somebody is judging me for it or something.
Yeah.
Even though that might not be true.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like I pressure to do something, but when there's an activity involved, you don't have any pressure to go and beyond entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not like the star of the show.
Yeah,
I don't really like being the star of the show. You know,
right.
like just despite doing some YouTube videos and stuff, it's hard. It's like really actually not fun.
Well, I guess you want to talk about that at all? Like, I mean,
sure.
You're literally becoming like a version of a YouTube influencer.
I know, like a low key. Someone said that one of my mentorship students, like, bro, you're like a low key celebrity. You're like
yeah.
And he's like, you're like a C- celebrity, and I was like, thanks, dude.
Sick, dude.
You're like
nice. Yeah. But I don't know. I
it's like fun, of course. Just because it's basically like affirmation and love, and everybody likes to be loved.
Yeah.
But it is actually really hard for me.
Right.
Like, every time, and we've joked around about this a lot,
right.
like, it's like every time I have to do anything, you have to talk me up, and you know what I'm saying? I have to have a fucking handler to do things,
Right.
like someone to help me. Like I have to have maybe get like those fucking dogs that people carry. I got to get myself a dog.
A
like
service dog?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have like a service. I need to get a service dog.
Yeah.
Not really, I'm just joking, but I mean, remember you talk about the skill, like you'll say like, Well, it just kind of depends on what scale you want to operate at.
Yeah.
That's what you need to think about. And the way I think about this thing is, I don't have any desire to go to any,
right.
At this scale now, if I just continued at this level and we figure out a way to make the income, to be able to have the income be enough, and so enough freedom and opportunity to do the projects that I want to do. This level of exposure, social exposure, is tolerable, I think, for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep kind of chipping it away at it. I talked to a lot of the mentorship students. It's like an analogy of a treasure map, right?
Right.
It's like you don't just get, like, you don't have a movie, you don't get Treasure Island if they just fucking teleport to the X.
Yeah.
You got to do it like every little dot, and every little dot is like a day of your life or whatever. That's cool.
Nice.
Someone just flew by on a spaceship. It was on camera.
Yeah, it's on here too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you got 3 cameras?
Yeah, I got 3 cameras.
Oh, that's high tech.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's fancy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's as good as Joe Rogan. Make sure this is still recording.
I know.
Okay, it's still going. This one's still going too. Nice. Okay. But it's strange. It's like a, I think it started with you coming down and just talking to Stan. It was like a step into, just even that as a possibility. And even just the conversation. I remember we sat around at the studio and we talked for like 3 hours or something. And I think that was like way more important than actually shooting the video.
It was.
Like if you did the video without talking to him, there would have been, I think it would have.
I would have had a much harder time.
It would have fizzled out or something.
I felt, yeah, that's true. Because I think we were able to test each other as people and kind of just see a tiny bit.
Right.
He was just able to see, like, that I'm not in general full of shit. And I was able to see that he's the same. And he was able to kind of talk me through some of my hesitations. And we're pretty different, obviously.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we're pretty different. But I like him. That's the important part. It's like I like who he is as a family man. In general, I think he's a good thing for the whole art community.
Right.
In general, the whole business relationship has been win-win. It seems like for everyone involved. And every time I talk to him about things I'm freaked out about, he is a way of just like, he's either just a combo of just like a really confident person or the being Russian or whatever. Right. But he's just like,
Well, I think he's walked the. Like I suspect,
he's walked the path.
Well, like he's further along in this path that we're trying to do right now, way further than we are. And having somebody that's done it, that is telling us it's okay. It's something that you can actually do yourself. That's, again, for me, I think it's that was way more pivotal in even me trying this. Having somebody that is.
Encouraging you to do it.
Yeah, and that's already
even
done
on the channel and stuff. Yeah, like I can see that Stan is supportive in this endeavor. He sees that it's also a good idea. And so,
Yeah. Well, and it's I don't know. I think that when people look at a guy like Stan, they see the final result. They see somebody with 2 million subscribers and making cool content that tons of people watch and has this legacy on the art community, and they see like, oh, I could never do that. That's incredibly hard to do. That's like, oh, that's impossible. It's impossible for me to have 2 million people. But like being around him day to day, he's like a, just like a guy. He like does like dumb shit sometimes. He's like, Stan, if you're listening to this, I think. It's been cool seeing you have bad ideas sometimes.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, they're not bad ideas, but they're not like ideas that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not every idea is.
Yeah. And, I think it's like for anyone thinking about putting themselves out there, I think it's either you need incredible confidence in yourself, or and just the ability to have incredibly thick skin, or you just need to have
build it up. That was where I was going with the analogy of the fucking treasure map.
Right.
Is you get there day by day.
Yeah.
Like that second option you were laying out right there. Right. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I do not have thick skin.
Right.
I am not incredibly confident.
Right.
None of those things.
Right.
It's just it's that like one step forward every day.
Right.
Instead of the fake it till you make it.
Right.
The fake. I say this all the time to all the mentorship students. Like, fake it till you make it is a surefire way to take 2 steps back,
right.
to find yourself feeling really ashamed by some big failure.
Right.
Set yourself up for, something that really throws you off track. Where I'm much more interested in just like maintaining the course.
Right.
Slow. At least for me. Maybe not for everyone, right? Some people, if you can take more, then take on more. But if you can't, that's okay.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. Just like little by little, like a new thing. We try a new thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think, both of us are fans of the whole Jordan Peterson stuff. And, I was listening to one of his lectures, and he was talking about, if you're 1% better every day, that over the course of a year, you're 3 times better than you were at the very beginning of the year. And being 1%.
Sounds like math.
Well, but it's like 1% better isn't like that fucking hard. It's like
true.
1% is like, you, I don't know, draw for an extra minute, or you run for an extra minute, or you
eat one less
chicken nugget.
Fucking chicken nugget.
yeah.
Eat one less slice of pizza.
Right. But it's like 1% is like huge. Compounding interest is, and if you do more than 1%, you're, becoming 3 times, 4 times, 10 times better than you were every single year. I think where a lot of people run into is, like, the thing that I've ran into is the past is being comparative.
Oh yeah.
It's like
super normal.
Looking at other people that are making more money, more famous, better artists, better whatever, and being like, I am not further ahead, so I shouldn't even try, And it's been slightly, I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but it's been kind of strange seeing how common that particular mindset is, where it's like everyone I talk to, I'm starting to see, it's like, I was talking to Stan about this the other day, where I think that if somebody without Stan's confidence started at the same spot as Stan, like they were put at the very beginning of this, like very beginning of the starter line.
YouTube, yeah.
Stan would get way further faster than the person who doesn't believe in themselves. And,
yeah.
It's not because of any experience, I think. I think it's mainly because of, if you believe that you're going to be successful, then you're probably going to be successful, and you're going to put in the work to be successful. Or if you don't, you're just going to, burn out and give up. And
it's the Gandalf shit.
Yeah, Gandalf.
It's the Gandalf shit. First, I was talking about this with, I think, Alec the other day. It was about the importance of, like, deep optimism, the real importance of optimism, and the danger of what's the word for the opposite? I forgot. I'm like just blanking right now.
Pessimism?
Yeah, like pessimism or
nihilism or cynicism.
Cynicism, yeah. It's the JP word, cynicism.
Yeah.
Deeply cynical or whatever.
Well,
Jordan Peterson.
I feel like I heard Anthony Bourdain say something, and he said he is simultaneously struggling being the guy that wants to sit in bed and watch cartoons and smoke weed and eat nachos, and be the guy that would, travel around the world and talk to people and, have all these crazy adventures. And the struggle wasn't, I guess, anything that most people would normally struggle with. It was like not being the guy that would sit around and do nothing, and take steps back and just like eat nachos and do nothing but smoke weed. Again, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that, but the second that becomes your default, I think you just start to you start to lose potential. You start to be able
definitely lose momentum.
Yeah.
It's like your your brain. It's like your body's getting fatter, your brain's getting dumber. You know what I mean? Whoa!
Moth.
What the fuck? A moth just manifested out here. It just stopped again.
Okay, cool. Well, I think it's
That's pretty funny, dude. That guy just got home free. He got a new life.
Nice.
He's living on you at night.
Oh man, yeah.
That guy's like sleeping here. And he's like flying around. Where
yeah. Now he's at the beach.
He's probably gonna come back in. He's like,
Yeah, it's fucking cold out.
The Gandalf thing is, you sent me that part from the film. The faith, like we're, look for me on the third day or whatever. That kind of deal. Gandalf's whole. He is like literally like an embodiment of.
Turn it up.
He's literally an embodiment of the act of faith, like belief. He's always just one step ahead of the storm. He doesn't know. It's not a guarantee.
Right.
You have to still take action.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if he knows that they can win the day, it's like goodness, that optimism, the possibility of making things better in the world is always, it really is always an act of faith.
Right.
You know, if you look at, we were talking about like global warming or overpopulation or, the pollution of the oceans or, extinction of species. Like I always look at those things from a perspective of optimism. It's going to be human creativity and ingenuity, passionate people that get excited about a thing. They're going to put a ton of time into it, figure out some new technology, you know, and it's going to seem like a really crazy, dumb idea that some people will look at and be like, that's not like a thing. That can't be a thing. But it's because that person is at that, they're going to stay at the front of that storm. And they're going to...
We solved polio, right? We solved smallpox. We solved, like pretty much impossible problems. And I don't know. I think that when people lose hope, I think they start to die.
That's what I mean. Like that's the Lord of the Rings shit. When you start to despair, then of course, like when you stop, it's like with art. You stop making art, and then you're not an artist anymore. You know what I mean? Like you stop fighting, and then the enemy overtakes you. You stop enjoying beauty, and all of a sudden life becomes ugly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's the importance of daily practice with, I think that's the importance of like going to church or going to a gym or having people that you see every day that keep you grounded. Like no matter what it is, where it's like you need you need to practice not being a cynical asshole.
Oh, what the fuck? What was it?
I think it just fell slightly.
I'm gonna send it again just because. Keep it on you. Yeah, I kind of got it. It's still going.
Yeah. For me, I feel like I have a propensity to be depressed and cynical and pessimistic.
I think a lot of young people do in general. For me, it was not always that way. It wasn't until it was actually like a choice after because I realized that it was like I realized that it was a choice. That it was that's what a leap of faith is. That's the whole idea. It's like an action. And after my divorce and I went through all that crazy stuff, it was like, the only way to get through it was to have faith. Was to choose that, to see that things, to believe that things could get better. So yeah, it makes sense. I think most young people, it's pretty normal to do that.
Yeah. Well, but I feel like that's the struggle is to be vigilant for becoming cynical. Be vigilant to always have hope, because no matter what you do, there's some flood, there's some horrible tragedy coming for you, and I don't want to sound too pessimistic,
I know what you mean.
It's like it's only a matter of time before
you get cancer,
or you like stub your toe. It's like you break your hand. It's like stuff happens to people, right? And the hard part is moving forward in spite of life getting fucking difficult. It's like I don't know. I've listened to tons of lectures on this stuff where I can't remember who, but they were talking about how your capacity or your propensity to like withstand trauma is based on how willingly you take it on yourself. Like when it's thrust upon you without you taking on the responsibility of it, it becomes way harder to actually do. It's like
that's the choose your damn sacrifice thing.
Exactly.
If you don't choose the sacrifice,
it's going to be chosen.
You ask getting sacrificed.
It's like if you eat Doritos and all day and drink nothing but Coke and don't exercise, you're asking for diabetes. But if the sacrifice instead is to run and exercise, and that's the sacrifice, and it sucks, but it's a lot better than having your foot cut off. And, the entire idea behind that is, you want to be able to accept as much responsibility as you're willing to take on. And for me, the whole van thing is like, it's not ideal, right? Like we're cramped in this, like can't sit up, and I have like 60 square feet.
This one, stop. Stop automatically. Where's the button? Just this one.
Here, let me see.
I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Okay, cool.
It's going good though.
It's good. It's cool.
Good stuff.
Sick. Cool. Hello, 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 hello.
This is pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's cool. I'm having fun. It's surreal.
To tip this over.
It's actually happening. Right. I've been scared of doing this for like 4 months.
Really?
I think. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's like a good sign to me that it's like meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know that it's like
Right.
it's important.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah. Well, I think it's
okay, this is going. That was going. You just.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to
I
double
think
check?
that's gonna not. Oh, no, you are actually.
Okay.
No. Kind of.
There.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's go.
Sick. We're doing it.
Doing it. This is cool.
That's
what I'm talking about.
For any. Oh yeah.
Sketchy Man podcast.
Nice. This is somewhat alcoholic, so.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like 0.01%.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's not bad luck. But I don't know, for anyone listening, I'm terrified of being on camera. I get horrible anxiety with this stuff. And Scott is the person that's helping me get past that by sitting here recording in my van with me as a first attempt.
That's fun.
And I don't know, it's my version of taking the baby steps, you know, my version of like doing something that's scary that like is manageable and as much responsibility as I'm willing to take on. Like if this were a person I didn't know that I'd never met before, I think that would be me overextending. You know, it'd be me like
totally. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like in the Lord of the Rings sense, it'd be me like being Gollum trying to get the Ring of Power. You know, it's like trying to go too far too quickly.
Uh-huh.
You know, and maybe not that specifically, but
yeah, I know.
Like
I know
a version of that.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like it's not.
Yeah.
Got to use the guy with the most fucked up story to get
yeah,
successful
yeah,
negative.
Yeah.
Inverse
right.
analogy. It's just like,
yeah.
It's like Gollum.
Yeah, right. It's like Adolf
He's
Hitler.
bad, right?
Yeah, Hitler's a bad guy.
He sucks.
Yeah. Boromir, maybe? I don't know. But I'm not even that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe when Theoden was like...
I love Boromir.
But Boromir's the best.
I love Boromir and Aragorn.
Yeah.
And Aragorn's who... It's the ideal.
Yeah.
Aragorn's the ideal. Boromir's who we are.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Right.
Really quick, I was thinking, let's try your fun colors.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's
check us out, guys.
All right. I got it.
Really
It's this light is...
Oh, this is sexy.
Ooh.
That's right. That's some of the other ones. Green's cool. Green's a pretty horror movie. Cool. Red. Oh, that's kind of cool, dude. Campfire.
Yeah, dude.
I
kind of wish I had this thing going.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it has this crazy...
The alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need the alcohol. And a lighter. Do you have a lighter?
I do.
Cool. Do you want to go get it?
Yep.
Okay, I'll get the alcohol.
This thing freaks me out, though.
It's cool.
Having a jug of, flaming liquid. Yeah. All right. That's funny. That works.
I don't have any
stick.
stick.
Yeah. It's like just fingers. Okay.
Yeah.
That one's back on.
Yeah. I can use my Apple Pencil.
Okay, cool. All right. Get this. Let's hit that light. Get it.
Oh shit! Oh no! We should keep that slightly closed so it doesnn't.
Like,
it just went out. That never happened before.
So you mean keep it closed this way so it blocks the?
Well, I was gonna. So if it hits this while it's flaming, it would.
So just leave it like this.
Yeah, I guess so. That's fine. Probably can't see anything anyway.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna try this again.
Okay.
Let's hope we don't light on fire.
Try this too.
There's a pot o' flame. Christian's pot o' flame.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Actually, just leave the thing.
Yeah.
And hit the light, the dimmer. Hit that cozy campfire shit. Remember?
Oh yeah. Here. Oh wait.
The other one.
Put that on. Gonna go dark for a sec.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, we got that campfire light.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's so cool.
How does that camera look?
Let's see how this is. Looks cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that looks good, dude.
Cool.
Dude, we're like we're like lit.
It's
This
lit.
is probably a bad idea. Where's the fuel tank in this thing? This car?
It's over there.
Okay, that's good. All right, let's just hope for the best. Hope for the best.
What's happening?
I don't know anybody.
Anything? It's this camera for whatever reason. Yeah.
Cool. This one's running. Everything's running.
Getting cozy.
Okay.
I have a marshmallow. Would you like a marshmallow?
Yeah, I'll try it too. Just take your amount. I could do a break in the end of a matchstick and then put it on there.
Okay, that's smart. This is a pretty fucking cool.
Whoops.
I went to a mosque the other day.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
Why? It's because the girl you love is Muslim?
Shut up.
Let's get real, bro.
Okay.
Get fucking real here.
Okay, that was
that is why.
Yeah.
You kind
Yeah,
of
okay, fine.
Cat Stevens, Yusuf
fine.
Muhammad over here.
Okay. Okay, fine. Sure.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So
That's
funny,
the
dude.
right answer. A little bit.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
okay, dude. My cousins, I told you I had some cousins that grew up Muslim, right? Like half
No,
your-
yeah,
half
I
your
remember.
Iranian.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you called me out on it.
Come on,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fucking,
That's so funny, dude.
yeah. I'm not
Okay.
gonna send this to her now.
No, you definitely should, bro.
Yeah.
You 100% should.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
dude. Come on. That's.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. You're just like Scott's a dick. It's
Yeah.
not. You didn't say it. I did.
Yeah, Scott's an asshole. There we go. Yeah, Scott's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll roast some marshmallows.
Yeah.
Talking about
Yeah.
Islam, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a dude. I think. I mean, I grew up around people. It's kind of. I feel like I was really blessed to grow up with, just people that were kind of a part of that. At least in some ways, it's not that they're like really. I grew up Catholic, but I'm not necessarily. I don't consider myself like a really active practicing Catholic.
Right.
But it is kind of an important part of my mental framework, the way I view the world and stuff.
Right.
Deep down, I think it's like the spirit of thankfulness
Scared me.
anyways, yeah, I'd almost probably say they're kind of the same. It's like non-practicing, but has had undeniably some influence on their deeper world paradigm, probably
Right.
to some degree,
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like I fucking love them. They're my family, and it was like.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how.
Well, I don't know. I've been, part of the reason I did go is because of the girl, but a bigger reason is because I've been.
Oh, actually, that stick was useful.
Oh yeah. Shit. Dang it.
Yeah,
I
I got like one match left and I'm
Oh,
gonna save
Gotta get. Oh yeah.
for a fire later.
Okay. Yeah.
I have lighters, but the matches are more effective. So.
Yeah. Safer.
That's all right. We can swap sticks later.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll do one more. But oh shit. Yeah. I don't know. A big reason I wanted to go is because Islam in particular has such a stigma in the United States.
Yeah. For good reason.
Yeah. Well, and I've just been watching these videos of people being, overtly racist to Muslims.
Yeah,
right? Which
yeah.
obviously isn't cool.
Yeah.
don't think I'll ever be Islamic necessarily. I'll never identify as any religion, but I think it's. I've been
trying to win brownie points right now for Tesla.
No, okay, yeah, I won't. Okay. Well, I don't know. I've been trying to broaden my perspective, right? I'm trying to be less wrong, less naive, and less stupid. You know, and I think that my capacity to go to a place that I'm completely uncomfortable and. You know, it's like, again, going back to the idea of practicing, you know.
Dude, yeah, that's like a freaky, not going into a mosque, but I mean, that's some social anxiety shit. It's like going to a church of a kind that you don't really have any knowledge of or experience with.
Yeah.
That would be hard for me. It was hard for me to be in Catholic church.
Yeah.
Hard for me to be in Mass and have all the nice, cute old people looking at you like, I don't know, with big smiles on their faces, and you know you're deep down you're an asshole, an unworthy asshole, and they're like, oh, that's cute, like a good, godly young man, and you're like, if only you knew.
Yeah, draw monsters.
Yeah. I could not. Anyway, so I could imagine that would be. Well, I used to date a girl who was Baptist, and very, very conservative, and I'm not gonna name her, but she wouldn't have sex. I dated that girl for like 3.5 years, and she would never have sex with me. It was rough. It was rough, bro.
Yeah.
I was very tall. I was like 22 or something. Anyways, I had a hard time going to her church. It was like really, I felt, you know, they're doing all this stuff. You know, they're like, you know, oh Lord, oh Lord, just some Lord, and I'm just like, I could not do that shit, man. It was like, all the praying I did as a kid was like on your knees, with my father and my brothers at the foot of the bed. You're humble, you know, your hands are crossed, you know, and it's always prayers of thankfulness, like. Thank you, God. Like, it's always thank you. It's not, Lord, we just ask that you do this. We just ask. It's like, there was no fucking ask. It was just like, thank you, God, for our family and our loved ones. Thank you for this day. You know, thank you for your guidance. It was that part of it all still resonates with me. All that stuff. That's the part from my Catholic roots. But anyways, dude, going into a place and having to deal with all that. Nonsense, you know, is like for any religion, you know, the nonsense parts is where I kind of like. That's why I can't go. You know, the parts where people are like doing things that are like, what?
It doesn't make any sense.
You acting right now, you know. It's like, it's gross.
Honestly, my experience at the mosque was way less dogmatic than you might think. Way less dogmatic than like a Christian or Catholic church for sure. Like, I was talking to one of the guys, and they're like, we don't like they pray 5 times a day. Every day, right? No matter what, and at the same times, you know, face and direction and stuff. And the importance of it is more about setting your intentions. Like they were saying, the purpose of this isn't necessarily to talk with God literally. It's more of like talking with God in the sense where you're
like recentering.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's like the things that they define as sin, you're less likely to do because you're
literally just got on your knees a couple minutes ago and you're like trying to get your shit together.
Yeah, and it's just like 5 times a day, no matter what. Right? And it's like, you know, I think they're right. If you do something like that if you go for a run.
That is why I pray. I'll still pray before I do crazy stuff that I'm scared of. And I'm always stronger afterwards. For me, I believe it's like rooted, like I said, like deep in my the development of my brain. So it holds like a power for me because it's a part of the way my developmental years. And it's always just that. It's that same kind of thing. I'm like setting intention. You're like, God, please, you know, help me to be open to your presence in my life so that I may be a better man today than I was yesterday. That's like literally like my main prayer. So with my son. And that helps me quite a bit. It's like meditation. It is like meditation. It helps me relax. It helps me kind of like let go of bullshit. Like helps me be more honest. Like I'll go and I'm more likely to. I'll say to myself like, only talk about the things you know. Like only say, you know, only speak to the things you really know and believe. Like don't talk about things. You know, because there's like definitely a lot in my life. Because I fucking talk my ass off, and it's like a thing I'll do. You know, I'll kind of go off on crazy, and then get yourself into trouble, sort of, almost like emotionally, spiritually, like I don't know, just
Well, I think you only have a certain amount of things you can say per day, literally, right? You can only say many, you know, like 10 things or 100 things or whatever.
Interesting. I never thought about that. Or
but if a certain amount
Things
of it is
of worth, you mean?
yeah, well, it's like, I mean, sure, people like, you know, say like, you know,
It's probably why I'm fucking spent after mentorship things.
Yeah,
you know, because it's like I'm like going through like where if I'm really paying attention to someone's life, and you know, in the moment, and just you know, and then after that though, I'm like dead.
Right.
Just like.
Well, but you know, again, if you say 10 things of worth per day, and you know, 30% of, or 3 of those things are to somebody else, or you've expended 30% of your energy for that day.
I know, that's 30%
of the
I'm
things that
fucking
you
useless.
Say. Well, and it's like, I don't know, it's no one's God, you know, no one's perfect, and
Ooh, that's good.
nice. This is going way better than I thought it would.
Me too.
Yeah.
Having a fire in a car. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah,
really happening.
Yeah. And
Bastion, or not Bastion. I love my son though. I love him so much. I say his name. Christian. Well, there's similar syllables, I guess. Christian Bastion.
Nice.
It's true. Christian has like, it looks like a mortar pestle. Like it's like a giant. It's like a thick, I don't know, 1.5 inch, 2 inch diameter, little concrete or ceramic.
It's concrete, yeah.
Concrete. I've never seen anything like this, dude, honestly.
It's really cool.
And you could just, it's just like a little tiny cylinder that has a pit, and you just filled it with isopropyl, the thing just stopped recording, filled it with isopropyl alcohol, and just, you drop a match in it, it turns into a little tiny mobile fire pit. It's pretty cool. But very sketchy because you've got like flammable liquid inside, so you gotta be very careful. Not for kids. If kids are watching.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this, honestly. It's a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
You should totally buy one, though. It's super cool.
We grown. We need marshmallows.
Yeah. I would buy the Elon Musk flamethrower if I could.
Yeah, that'd be fun, dude. That would be dude, and have a mount for it inside your car. You know, people will put guns in your car. Right. You should have the flamethrower for sure.
Right here.
Sick,
yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Dude, your car's gonna get broken into for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a matter of time.
We're gonna be hunting this thing down.
Yeah.
You're right. That's why you shouldn't mark it. Yeah,
I calculated how much, like, interesting equipment I have, like laptop and camera stuff. It's like $5,000 or $6,000 and stuff.
Really?
I think this van would be very easy to break into, so I do have to be.
Yeah.
I do have to be careful with it. But yeah, no, with the God stuff, I mean, I grew up one of those kids that was extremely cynical about religion. Very like.
Why?
I never saw anyone. I never actually thought anyone was getting something out of it. I always thought they were lying. You know, I always thought they were like.
Why? Because their behavior. That's what I suspect.
Yeah, right.
Because the people who were watching were not living in ways that felt like godly to you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I believed that stuff when I was like in my little bubble of my family.
Right.
And it's when I went out into the world and was around other people that kind of started to get broken. You know? And then watch myself also be an idiot. You know?
Right. The thing that's caused me to go back is like there's a story I tell about. I was walking around New York City and I saw this church going on. I don't identify as a Christian or Catholic or Jew or Islamic or anything or Buddhist, but I saw this Christian church and they were having a food drive, and I went to go talk to them. Every Saturday, or 3 Saturdays a week, they host and feed about 1,000 people every Saturday. And from the community, they get about $20,000 in donations every week, and then hundreds of volunteers. You know, and I was looking at that, and it's like, there's no part of that I can break down and be like, that is a bad thing. You know, that shouldn't be happening. You know.
Interesting.
And it's like
There's no good justifiable little
it's
hole
like,
that your little cynical
right
roots claws can get into.
Yeah, it's like,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of things like that in life.
No, there isn't.
But there are some.
Well,
maybe there are more than I don't know. We should list some. Sunsets.
Oh yeah, sunsets are good. Bike rides.
Fucking little kids like bashing 6-year-old kids.
Yeah. Puppies. Puppies are pretty cool.
Yeah, titties.
You're
like, I'm gonna take that one back.
I need to find the line of appropriate things to say on a podcast. You know.
Oh, I'll say them.
Yeah.
Cut that.
Yeah. Okay, I won't cut it.
Yeah, don't cut it.
Okay. But I think it's it's hard to look at something like that and be like, that is a bad thing. I wish that wasn't happening. You know, and I realized that if I was really in need, if I really needed help, I could go there and I could ask for help. You know, if I was like, I'm hungry, I need you to feed me, or I need a place. Even if I was not hungry and I needed a place just to belong, I could go and like have Christmas with a random family. You know, or you know, find a place to like build friendships, and you know, it'd be under, you know, some. It wouldn't be perfect, right? There's still some dogmatic elements of Christianity there that I'm probably not talking about, but like it's a lot better than nothing, you know. It's a lot better than you know, just not having that, I guess, you know. And
it kind of sounds like the way you know, you'll hear descriptions of the way the first Christians, you know, kind of like secret gatherings, like it was, you know, that kind of like.
Right.
Like, there's kind of a picture of ancient Christians as like the poor, sucky, forgotten. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the outcasts, basically.
yeah,
It's kind of like come one, come all, the Hufflepuffs
right.
of ancient Rome. You know, and in a way, that's like what those people are embodying is like the most
Right.
true, like the truest form of that. You know, being like a
Right.
You know, we'll take your sick, we'll take your.
Yeah.
We'll clothe you. You know.
Well, and I feel like I think modern Catholicism does a lot to dissuade people from ever being religious. Like obviously all the pedophilia stuff and the,
Yeah.
you know, I mean even people being too pushy with their religion is is a sin in a way, because it's not a real way of getting people to get on board. And,
Yeah.
ultimately, it's like real religion is something that you actually want to be part of. You know, the trouble is that it's incredibly hard to find because. I think it's ran by people, right? It's ran by human beings.
I feel like that's what
right?
we have.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Well, I found that.
I feel like that's what this is, Christian.
I think it's the same thing.
Every
right?
time you say, you know, when cool things happen and you text me, walking with God.
Yeah.
I just say that, walking with God. Like,
Right.
that is what we're trying to do.
Right.
It's like some guys, like-minded people, you know, just trying our, I don't know.
Trying our best.
Sounds silly, trying our best, yeah.
Well,
that is what we're fucking doing, though. We're trying our best.
well, I've been going to a lot of places of God, mosques, churches, temples, and all that kind of stuff. And the thing that I find is that it's really similar to Earth School. It's like really strange. It's like everyone goes to this place. They take a pilgrimage from around the world to go to LCAT or Watts or Art Center or wherever, and they learn from these people, and they do the exercises, and you do figure drawing, you study anatomy, and you know,
size.
Yeah,
Side
sorrow head. Yeah, Riley rhythms.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And it's like a, you know, the praying 5 times a day is similar to like a. How you feel?
Small. A little small.
Yeah,
or big. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if I ever start a Patreon, people can help.
We could get a van with a higher ceiling.
Yeah, get a nicer van, better gas mileage.
That's okay.
But it's like, I went to the mosque, and it was a bunch of young men, you know, trying their best, right?
Yeah.
You know, they work as mechanics, or they work as, you know, waiters, or they're at insurance companies, and they're just trying, you know, they have this small office building in the middle of a neighborhood, and it's like, it's not janky, but it's definitely not like a mega church, you know.
Yeah.
And they take no money from it, but they're also like building something that they really believe in the same way that we are, right? It's I don't know what we're doing, but I think it's a similar thing to what people do when they, you know, pray to God, or.
That's what I feel like. That's why I feel like that. You know, we talk about that synergy, or just like with this pursuit that you're gonna this you know route you're gonna go down. You know, there's too many signs.
Right.
You know, the golden thread has been laid down before you. You know.
Right.
I think.
And I think it's the trouble will be walking a path where I'm not judging the things that I say, you know, because it's like I can already tell that I've said things just now that have been like, should I have said that, you know? And it's
I see.
You know, and it's like I shouldn't even think like that, you know? It's like
it's like what I try to do is again, it's the Jordan Peterson shit. Just like try to really be who you are.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm, well, I don't know, one third idiot or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like just be who I am.
Right.
And then,
well,
and that there is some discernment that goes on there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's like it's like a dynamic act of like when the stuff is coming out.
Right.
That's why we pause.
Right.
But I'm trying not to like overthink.
Right.
But it's that dynamic tension, that dance of like,
right.
And then after it comes out, if I actually gave a damn, and I was actually paying attention,
right,
then I don't have anything to fear.
Yeah.
Because I was paying attention enough to say things that I meant or believed, or
right.
I at least did at the time. You know.
Right. Well, I think it's like Carl Jung. I mean, it's the archetype of the fool. It's the precursor to the savior or the king,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I mean, it sounds corny talking this way, but I think it's corny because it's a cliche, and cliches.
No, it's funny because I was listening to a podcast today with JP and some guy, and they're saying like it's interesting how he was talking with his patients.
Yeah.
He's saying like at a certain point, stuff moves to when shit gets real. It moves to religious language.
Yeah.
When the stakes are high.
Right.
When you're pointing at things you don't quite understand, that's the utility of religious language.
Right.
It helps you because it comes packed with all this mystery and awe. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like that we get to you start talking this way, and I know what you're getting at. That
right.
like we don't know what we're fucking talking about, but we're like trying to understand. So we got a feeling. The whisper.
Right.
That's what that's all about.
Right.
The Gandalf shit. Like that's,
well, and I don't know. It's like again. I've been. I don't know if I've been an atheist, but I've been the closest thing to like an atheist that you could define it as atheism. And the older I'm getting, the more useful I find the metaphors of talking things in a religious setting.
Uh-huh.
No, not like a literal God or anything, but it's more of just like a.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like poetry. It's using art.
Yeah,
It's using creativity and language to.
A metaphor.
That's the power of language. That's the whole point of language. Is it's, language. A word points at a lot of different.
Right.
It's an abstraction. It points at an abstraction.
Right. Well, and it's like I'm scared to talk about Jordan Peterson publicly.
Oh, really?
And I'm doing that right now. And
JP.
yeah, I mean,
he's crazy. He's eccentric, but he says a lot of cool stuff.
I think he has a lot of great things to say, and I think he's misunderstood a lot of the time. But I also think that that fear is like a it limits potential. It's like a
where does that fear come from? Like, why do you really fear that? What's the fear there?
I want this podcast to be successful.
Oh.
I want people to like
get canceled on episode 1.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which is I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No,
but it's like saying things that I know are true, right? It's like I have spent a lot of time listening to Jordan Peterson lectures and talking to people about why they don't like him,
Mm-hmm.
And after all of those conversations, I still think he has a lot of good things to say,
Me too. I think I'm doing it right now. It's funny, it's ironic. I'm like, he interrupts people way too much. Like, listen to his podcast, and it's like kind of gross.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it?
No, I haven't.
I listen to him, and he's like the worst.
Right.
And but you see how eccentric he is and stuff, and how some people are like so much smarter than him that he interviews, and they're like really patient and stuff. It's really interesting. But I like it.
Right.
It's good to see him just fucking. It's good to
maybe be Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, just get him off of the pedestal.
Yeah.
It's good for him too.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that one went out.
How's that one doing? Yeah. I was gonna get a bigger one. I have this battery for anyone watching. It's a, let's grab it. Camping battery. So I have
that's cool.
So you can get things that plug directly into your camera.
Yeah, advertisement. Look, dude.
Yeah. Seriously, Jackery, you should sponsor me.
Yeah, for real.
Seriously, I need a bigger one of these.
Yeah, for real. This guy needs it.
Yeah.
He's embarking on a great adventure.
Yeah.
He needs help.
But yeah, no, it's like I actually want to talk about Jordan Peterson on the first episode of this thing because I think it's an important.
Because it's part of the framework of who you are, of all the shit we've been talking about, this whole thing. You're right. It's like this whole, that's the truth.
Right.
That actually is the truth.
Yeah.
Because it's something we've been, it's in your mind.
And I don't know, it's like a, the whole, I feel like the biggest thing that people need to not do is lie, And I feel like, and I think lying takes a bunch of different forms, and ultimately it's like, I don't necessarily want to make something that's super safe. I want to make something that's like the closest thing to like, why it's like, okay, so we're talking about drawing and painting, and we're trying to teach drawing, but like, what's the point of art, right? It's like, what's the point of learning anatomy? What's the point of like spending 30,000 hours grinding like drawing, right?
Yeah, who knows?
But it's like, I think it's this stuff, right? It's like it's like
exactly,
the feeling, the like you feel cool when you tell these stories, and like I think fundamentally you are a storyteller. It's like you are somebody. It's like you create monsters, and that contrast allows for heroes to exist, right? It's like you make the heroes in the games that you worked on way more heroic because you're able to make these monsters that people resonate with, and you spend all this time studying and going to aquariums and national or natural history stuff, and like, what's the point of that, right? But
honestly these days I don't think about it as much.
Right.
There was a time when I did a whole bunch, and it was kind of a part of that period of time where I was trying to figure out like how my relation to Christianity and stuff, just to religion in general. And I've talked about this before with you, but the idea of, well, there's a chapter in Joseph Campbell's Hero with a Thousand Faces. I'm pretty sure it's like chapter 6.
Yeah.
There's a part in there called The Freedom to Live.
Right.
Where it's like the hero goes through, you spend all this time seeking.
Right.
And at a certain point you get to a place where you realize like, it's okay. It's okay to not know. It's okay to not know. It's okay to. I wanted like control. I wanted to know the truth.
Right.
I wanted to know the truth, and you never get it. You never get it in any part of life. You never get to be in control like 100%.
Right.
At a certain point, you never get like objective anchoring. Like art is worthwhile.
Right.
Drawing monsters is good for the universe.
Right.
Being shape carver or whatever, that stuff. You never get any real. It's it's an act of faith.
Right.
It's a choice. Like,
yeah.
This is the way I choose to live. And eventually you get that freedom to live. It's in that movie, The Boy and the Beast. It's a grab the sword that's in your soul. It's like, this is who I am.
Right.
I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
I have a right to live. And fucking like whatever I like.
Right.
And to do those things.
And have it matter. Right.
Have it matter to me because I decide. I decide that it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think it's a really important like stage of life. Mm-hmm. Like all humans, it takes place in like. Maybe not everyone would articulate it in the same way or think about it in the same way.
Right.
So there's different slices way of looking at it. But it's like I think a part of growing up,
right.
That people go through. It's like I don't get to know, I lost everything, or my family's all dead, or I lost my job, whatever. Like crazy shit happens, and you're just like, I'm just gonna fucking work at the bookshop now,
right?
And that's enough,
right?
You know what I mean? Or I'm just
gonna be barista, or I'm gonna cut.
I'm going to drive a van around, or I'm just going to focus on my son is my highest priority over all things.
Right.
Over art.
Right.
Over art. Art with a capital A.
Yeah.
My son, seriously, my son and people entering as my priority over all those things.
Right.
Even though I still consider myself an artist, but that's like a choice.
Right.
It's a choice. And,
but it's also a sacrifice too.
For sure.
Yeah. And you're sacrificing
all the things
ideal.
You could be.
Yeah. Right. It's like the best artist, right? You're sacrificing being the best concept artist or best creature designer.
Yes.
Because these things matter more. They do more for your life.
Because the ideal for me of being a good father.
Right.
Being someone that's worth a damn in a community.
Right.
Of some way.
Yeah.
Because I do struggle with anxiety. I grew up with a dad who's a firefighter, right? Fire captain.
Yeah.
Like a leader of men, 33 years.
Right.
People, see death every week. Really saved people's lives and did good things.
Right.
I grew up around that, and it's like a tall order to try to be such a man.
Right.
You built a fucking car from the ground up. You know what I mean? Could get you out of danger, like a legit man.
Right.
Like I'm the kind of man that most people don't get to grow up around, and that's why they're cynical about masculinity.
Yeah.
Because they never get to see what a really, truly capable man does for a family or a community.
Right.
They make it better in every way.
Yeah.
They make it strong. And I grew up around that stuff. So I have this sort of like I'm a big fucking nerd. you know? And so you have this kind of like chip on your shoulder, like, how am I going to give back? How am I going to do something?
Right.
And that's what this is about, you know, the trying with the things that I struggle with, my personal little weird idiosyncrasies, the mentoring and my son, things like Kings Beach are like the best way I can think.
Right.
The best way I can find to be myself, navigate my idiosyncrasies,
right.
and still be of some use to the world.
Right.
You know, that's the way I think about it, at least.
Yeah. Well,
that's better than art.
Absolutely.
Way better.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, but I think it's almost synonymous. I mean, it's like the. I think being caught up in just doing drawing and painting, you're losing the purpose of doing art in the first place. You know, it's like to inspire people and to make people's lives better and to, you know, it's like
I don't know if that's true, to be honest. I don't know, because I think, again, this is part of the grabbing the sword in your soul.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I could tell a guy, you know, I don't know Phil Hale, but I
Right.
don't know if I could tell a guy like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That like he should be giving of his knowledge, whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I think the world might be better with Phil Hale going to dark places.
Right.
For us.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, no, but I think that's art, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's painting and drawing. You know, it's like they both serve a purpose, right? It's like a, but they serve the same purpose. I think it's like him going to a dark place serves the same purpose as, you know, you talking to students about.
Yeah, they're just
like
different.
it's
different. It is different. And collectively,
right.
all of us as human beings are part of this bananas Swiss Army knife of consciousness. You know, I don't know if I actually am comfortable. I was talking to my son.
Yeah.
He was talking about jobs
Yeah.
and the importance of jobs.
Right.
And he was kind of like looking at the firefighters and then talking about his mommy
Yeah.
and about art. And he's asking me like, "Is your job important, Daddy?" I'm like, "Daddy's job is like kind of important, but not most important. You know, it's not the same as what Papa did or those firefighters. It's really not.
Yeah.
And that's again part of the truth that can hurt,
Right.
you know, or something. But it's part of the again, it's part of the like just accepting who you are. You don't get to
Complicated.
be
Yeah.
complicated. And you don't always get to be the fucking, you know, the I don't know. It's just that's life. Like you don't necessarily get to be the man. You know, you don't like. Or this thing is cooking me. This fucking thing is cooking me right now.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So I don't open the door.
Yeah.
We can blow it out.
No, I like it. That's
Okay,
fucking cool.
Um,
Oh shit! Oh shit, dude! Fucking fire tornado.
It's gonna go out in a few minutes. You know, but I think it's I still think, that being said, you still do a lot of good for society.
I know I do, but it's just I know I do for the people I interact with.
Right.
I think it's important to just not be like delusional about like, you know, I don't know. It's not a thing worth thinking about.
Right.
You know, I like the way you hear, what the hell? The camera just like flipped.
No, it's because. Let's see.
Whatever. It's okay. You can always flip it. Now it's back. Normal.
I think it's There we go.
Yeah, you can always flip it anyways, but you can edit.
Cool.
It's important not to be delusional. There was an interview Joe Rogan did with some people. And I really like the way he approaches this stuff. Like when he's asked, like people are always trying to throw on him the weight of what he does, and he's like, I try not to think about it.
Right.
And that's exactly what I try to do. That's part of the spirit of thankfulness.
Right.
Don't overthink your, you know, that's the need.
Right.
Don't. It's that poem I talk about, that Rudyard Kipling poem. If.
Right.
You know, it's the ability to look at those success and failure.
Yeah.
Look at those two imposters and treat them just the same.
Right.
You know, I think that kind of thing is really important. And so it's just kind of, it's not self-deprecation.
Right.
But it's also attempting to be alert to delusion.
Right.
You know, that is important.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's an extremely fine line to walk. You know, I think the goal is not to become nihilistic about the stuff that you do every day. You know, because I think it's the second you stop believing that
it matters,
and you stop doing it. Right.
Yeah.
And the second you start believing it's the most important thing on the planet,
you freeze up,
crumble,
you can't do it.
right? Yeah, fall apart, right?
Exactly.
And
you have to trick yourself.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. For me, the thing that helps me is just like standing in a giant crowd of people, you know, and realizing how
worst nightmare.
Well, but it's like how
really helps me.
Well, but like how unimportant I am,
speaking.
right? Yeah. No, but it's more just like it's like there's so many people. They don't care at all about you. You know.
Yeah.
It's like you can go.
That's interesting.
Somebody called you a C- celebrity, but if you go walk down the street, no one's going to care who you are. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like your world becomes incredibly small when you're around people that worship you all the time. I'm not saying your mentorships worship you, but they are trying to learn something from you. You know.
Yeah.
And when you're suddenly around just people, right? You're just like, wow, it's like there's like 7 billion other people, you know? Like effectively, if you wanted to have a 5-minute conversation with everybody, you wouldn't even get through 100,000 people, you know? Like it's effectively infinite, you know?
Yeah.
And
fire went out. And the camera died.
Oh, bummer. This camera's going on way longer than I thought. Oh shit.
Sounds good. Yeah, that will be the tricky part, recording with all the dudes and
oh yeah, keeping the there we go, lights back on. Bright lights.
From Gremlins.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know.
That was fun, dude. This thing was fun.
Yeah. We should totally get one. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the thing that I've struggled with in the past is that I've just known so many people, and through my dad, I've had a lot of access to stuff. You know, just like I can do any cool thing that I could dream up, right? And it's like almost like a sink or swim is every single opportunity. You know, very little like, and you know, in the past when I've taken those opportunities, I've been so young that I've been incompetent. So
yeah,
I would take them and it would destroy my confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like too much.
That's the fake it till you make it.
Yeah, and it's like
it ultimately doesn't
sucks.
do you any fucking good.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like I don't know. It's like
the shortcut isn't actually a good move.
It's not
like
a good
winning
idea.
the lottery.
Yeah.
And you won the lottery all around you so
Right.
much. You know?
Yeah. Right.
That's why this is important.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
This kind of stuff.
And like I don't know. I don't think winning the lottery has made me any happier or more content or
no.
You know, it's actually made me more scared. You know,
it does come with benefits.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying I'm not thankful for this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But there's a price to pay for it, and it's like a insecurity, and you know, when everyone around you is like incredibly successful, there's a price to pay where it's like if you're not that successful, then
I know
you feel like
you're
a loser. Yeah. And it's
yeah.
It's completely no one's overtly calling me a loser.
Of course not. Yeah.
But it's more of like an internal struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
that's
like
how I felt at Riot.
Yeah.
I felt like a fucking loser.
Yeah.
And now, even though I make way less money than I made at Riot, I feel not like a loser at all.
Right.
You know?
It's strange. It's really bizarre.
Strange,
It's like a I really think that all that stuff is relative. You know, it's you start to adopt the values of the people that are
your
around
values.
you.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. Well, and it's all like, you know, if you are around people that are making $10 million a year or $1 million, you're going to start feeling like the stuff that you're making is completely insignificant.
And also just being a part of a totem pole that you don't
right.
believe in. You know what I mean? Like a part of a hierarchy that you're like, that's the main thing, right? Is that that's how you feel like a loser because you're like, dude, I'm like competing in this thing, or I'm like, you know, I've like signed on to be a low man on a totem pole that I don't give a shit about. That's how you feel like a loser.
Right.
Because you're just like, chief. Concept art.
Fuck yeah, dude.
League of Legends.
Yeah. Ping pong. Yeah. Pork belly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's strange. It's like I feel like for me, I feel the same way. I live in a cargo. I'm essentially homeless. I'm literally homeless.
Mm-hmm.
I feel way less like a loser than I did when I was, you know, pursuing
art, like at the Watts or something, or in England.
Yeah, I guess in England, and then just like thinking about going to college and business school, and you know, it's like when people treat you like a loser, you become a loser. You know, I think it's like if you're around people that support. I mean, we've talked about this before, but it's like it's impossible to become, you know, I don't want to say important, but to feel like you're contributing a lot in a system that's already existing. It's like it's hard to.
Oh, yeah, one that's already established.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they've already fought the battles.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what Riot is like. There's probably a magical time that guys like Mundo were a part of, and it's really cool. It's like a really cool time. But then you get to a place where like the ship is already the ship has sailed.
Right, and when it wasn't cool, right?
Yeah,
it sucked. To it was unsure.
And if it's true that that we need adventures, that people need adventures, that's why that explains the diaspora of the human species across the world, the continuous expansion, because there's always young men like you that are like, or like me, they're like, fuck this tribe.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make my own tribe. Like that's what you're doing. It's like, fuck this thing, I'm gonna make my own podcast. Or whatever. It's like it's like a natural, deep human motivation.
Yeah, well, and the ex machina doesn't do a lot for your self-esteem. It's like if you suddenly, we were always talking about the $1 billion question. It's like, do you really want $1 billion?
No,
like the answer is like, no. I guess, but not really.
No, I don't think so, because I think I would stay home.
Yeah.
I'd probably like fucking read too many comic books.
Yeah.
Jerk off too much. I'm serious. Drink too much scotch.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I'd be a loser. Like I need to get stronger.
Right.
I need to become a better man, a better person.
Right.
I need to like feel I need to have something to work towards. Like I really do. And I probably wouldn't, maybe we would go do some cool things for a bit. We'd buy some jet skis.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd use them as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you feel bad about it, right?
I just think I wouldn't be like, I'd be the same person I am now.
Yeah.
Which like I need a mission to get me to go forward, to try to push myself, to grow, to like, just to get to become a person that is capable of enjoying their life.
Right.
Of enjoying the $1 billion, of using the $1 billion well.
Right.
Otherwise, it's going to go to like level 2.
Right.
Let's say in my life, I'm like at stage 3 Scott or stage 4 Scott.
Right.
And stage 4 Scott, I think would. I don't know if I trust him with $1 billion.
It'd be like a temptation, right? Like in the biblical sense, And I don't know, like
maybe not. Maybe it would be rad.
Well, but there's still that fear.
There is that fear. Yeah,
like,
and the truth is, I don't really need it. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's part of the point of the $1 billion question that you ask is, would you be doing what you're doing now if you had $1 billion? And it's like, for the most part, yes. I've stopped taking freelance. The mentorships I would 100% be doing.
Yeah.
I would, but probably less, and for sure less, because I'll have more free time to do more stuff. But yeah, I'd be doing like almost every single thing, dude. I would have a jet ski, have a cooler car, a better car.
Yeah.
Have a little rack on top so I can put surfboards or stand-up paddle. You know what I mean? Like all the fun, the trappings of the fun shit. But that's like about it, dude.
But
that's like not much different.
You don't need much to actually to make that happen, right? You need less than you need less than $1 million.
Yeah,
right?
I need like $100 grand. Yeah.
Right, and it's like I don't know if you'd even move out of your condo.
It's
weird.
Or
it's
I'd get a house.
Yeah.
And that would be Torpid Studios.
Yeah.
And we'd have the garage and one of the extra rooms.
Right.
And that's what we do.
Yeah, I mean,
my back is starting to get fucked. We're gonna have to cut this soon, guys.
Yeah. It's part of the jank. It's part of the reason this is so janky, is it's intentionally uncomfortable. It's like
Sketchy Van podcast.
Sketchy Van podcast, man. It's
episode 0.5.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's I think this stuff is real. It's like ex machinas aren't fun. I've met unhappy rich people,
Yeah.
I've also obviously met unhappy poor people, and it sucks not to have money. And I'm not incredibly rich either. And it's like it's just strange. I don't know. It's weird to see that you have these expectations for what you think life is going to be like once you have the things that you want, and you think you're going to be finished, or version of finished, and you get there and it's like, I don't actually like that thing that I thought I had,
What time is it?
9:33.
It closes at 10.
Oh, damn.
We're not even going to get to do that shit, dude.
Oh, shit.
Well, at least we'll save some wood.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's okay. Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah, it's toasty. Yeah.
It's okay. I think the fire's not on, so
Okay,
it is hot as fuck though.
Yeah,
That really
yeah.
burned my fingers.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have warned you.
That's okay. We could just go get
Yeah,
dinner later on.
Close at 10
Yeah.
p.m. Put your belongings. Take the park before 10 p.m.
Yeah, the beach is closing. So
Beach is closing.
Well,
Scott
we're
burned his
actually at
finger.
the beach. Yeah.
We're at Bolsa Chica State Beach,
Yeah.
California. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
One of my favorite spots. Been going with my son for years. We go do a little walk back that way.
Yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts or anything? Or it's,
Not necessarily all, but I'll make some up.
Okay.
I'll make some up
Okay.
right now. Let me think. I wish you luck on this. I truly believe in it. I think it's a really good idea, for reals. Like I think it's one of the
Appreciate it.
one of the
Thank
better
you.
ideas you've had. Yeah, for yourself. I mean, one of the
Yeah.
better ideas for yourself
Yeah.
that you've had.
And you mean not business ideas, right? Not like.
No, I just mean because you have ideas for other people and other
Right,
things,
right,
but
right.
a lot of times you're not thinking about yourself. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like this is something for you,
Right.
like your own product,
Yeah.
and it's a good idea.
Right.
Probably the best idea you've had that's like for you.
Right.
You know,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
and I wish you luck with it. I think the only thing you're going to need to do is not stop.
Right.
I think people are going to catch on when they see
Yeah.
the power. One of your superpowers truly is conversation. You know, I really think it is, and you're somehow really good at it, and because you practice it.
Right.
And I know you've told me it's not comfortable for you either, but you legitimately practice it, and you're legitimately curious about people.
Yeah.
You know, and you're able to endure hardship. You
Right.
know? And that's going to be a part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a part of like the way you are, you know. And you have the wanderers like gene. You seriously have the wanderers gene. The what's over the next hill. I think all those things like taken together are like a perfect combo for
Right.
this stuff. So I wish you luck. Have fun. Say what's up to Ahmed,
Nice.
and I'll miss you at Kings Beach probably.
Yeah. Well,
But
I can Zoom call or something.
yeah, that'd be a good idea, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
But
cool.
take care. Yeah.
Cool.
Right, bye. Sketchy Van Podcast.
Sketchy Van Podcast.
Don't miss it. Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Blah,
boy.
blah, blah.
Nice.
First time I ever said that in my life. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Stupid YouTube talk,
It's-
dude,
it's
but
not gonna-
Christian's a good guy. You
Yeah.
should check it out. All right.
Not gonna.
Bye, guys.
I want to leave it in.
Yeah, I'm out.
Cool.
Cheap covered. Out.
Cool. Thanks for watching. I'll hopefully be doing this more often. Thanks. Goodbye. Thanks so much for listening. If you have any suggestions on things to change or people you think I should talk to, please leave a comment below or reach out to me on my website. If you want to follow along with my journey, follow me on Instagram at ChristiansKnees. Thanks.